Hey guys, welcome back to Aimless Moto. So I'm normally not one to do this, but a company reached out to me and asked if I would like to test out one of their LED headlights. This is from Jose 2015, that's their name on Amazon, and this is a Daybreaker projector 7-inch headlight for a Jeep Wrangler. And I wanted to do this because Triumph Thruxtons have a 7-inch headlight, and the swap over from like a Harley headlight to a Thruxton is pretty easy. So I wanted to get one of these anyway, and it was nice of them to reach out to me to do a review. So let's get to opening this box. It came in a fairly nondescript black box. Nicely packaged and protected. Comes with a jumper to go from what looks like a, I don't know what that is, 889, something like that, series, to a H11 or H4, looks like. You can see all the Cree LEDs inside there, behind the reflectors. That's all the yellow things. Fairly narrow, and it has the H4 connector that I need. So let's get to taking the one off the bike. You should only need 3 tools to do this job, and that is a Phillips head screwdriver, a 5mm Allen key, and a 12mm socket. If your Thruxton is equipped with the fairing, as mine is, you will need the 5mm to remove this little bolt on the bottom of the cowl. You will then need the 12mm socket to remove both of the bolts on the side of the headlight. Once both bolts are out, you can simply lift away the cowl, and the headlight is now free. So my suggestion is to put the bolts back in. This will make it easier to remove the lens of the headlight. You don't have to tighten them all the way. Just get it so it's centered so your light doesn't flop around. Next, you'll need to remove the 2 Phillips head screws at either side. Screws removed, you can simply pull the headlight housing out, undo the clip holding in the lights, and undo the clip for your running light. There you go. Now that the headlight bucket's out, we get to the tricky part, and the tricky part is removing all of the things that hold the headlight to the ring. Now, the first thing you're going to take out is there's an adjuster screw that goes from the front of the light to this little bracket here. It consists of a long screw, a spring, a washer, and a nut plate. The nut plate sits in the back here in this recess. That's what allows you to pivot the light left and right to align it when it's on the when it's in the actual headlight bucket itself. The next thing you're going to remove are the 2 pivots for the left and right pivot. Once you do that, the outer ring can be separated from the headlight itself. Once you have the outer ring separated, there's 2 screws that hold the ring, this actual fixture, around the headlight. And this just kind of picks up, pivots off, and your original headlight's freed. You can now take your new headlight and place it in. It's going to have DOT SAE on it. That's the top. You want to have that lay in there like so. And the next thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to fish the line, the lead through there. And do you see these points? There's 3 points that look like that, and they have to fit into these 3 divots. That's how this unit stays aligned. So you're going to have to, it's a little bit fiddly, but you're going to have to get those lined up. And at the same time, you're going to have to get this tab to lock into the slot over here. So you're going to have to put this in there and then get your little tabs lined up, and then make sure your holes line up for your screws. You have the tabs lined up. They actually fit in the housing. tab into the slot here. Swing the whole thing around. You may need a little bit of shimmying around to get these holes to line up. Like so, we can put our screws back in. Now we can take the outer ring and slot the headlight back in. You have to ensure that this tab lines up with the hole in the rim over here for your left and right adjustment. So, I'm going to start the pivot screws just start them so I don't lose them, but so that the housing is going to stay in one place when I try to install the spring and the left to right adjuster. That. And now I should have plenty of room to place the spring in here. This is probably the most fiddly part, so I have to get the screw up through the hole into the spring like that. There's a little tiny washer that goes over it like so. Then that all has to go below this level and then pop, pop into the groove, and I lost everything. There. Okay. So now I have my left and right adjuster back where it's supposed to be. And for the most part, I'm just going to align this. It's hard to see, but I'm going to align it so that way it's pretty much dead center. On a motorcycle where the headlight is part of the steering mechanism, it's really not that big a deal. If the headlight was fixed to a fairing or to the frame somehow, then yeah, I would definitely consider fine-tuning my positioning left and right, but because the handlebars turn and the handlebars turn the headlight, I'm not super worried about it. So I'm going to crank down the pivot screws like so, and now we're ready to reinstall. The installation is the exact reverse of how you took it apart. So there you have it. As far as looks go, I think it looks awesome. I think it does really help the style of the bike, makes it look a little bit more modern, even though it's a, you know, a throwback bike. The spread of the beam is very good. It's much better than the spread of the beam on the halogen bulb. The amount of light that gets thrown off, you're lighting up 3 lights actually instead of the one, where it looks like there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like there's actually 6 LEDs that you're lighting up on your low beam and an additional 2 on your high beam. I think it looks great. The only thing I might want to do in the future is black out the rim. Maybe just plasti dip it or something like that so it doesn't stick out quite as much. But not too bad. Overall, I really do like the way it looks. Very, very bright. And the high beam, super bright. Construction seems to be really nice. Fit and finish, perfect, fit right in. Didn't have to do any customization at all. So I think this is a great product for anybody that's wanting to do an LED conversion. For the price that this was, it's cheaper than buying a bulb. It's cheaper than, you know, having to deal with if you get a bulb and a balancer or a ballast, or, you know, if they need anything like that, because some of the LEDs out there will need a ballast just to prevent them from flickering. This is all self-contained. You can't go wrong. Sealed unit, DOT approved. Not a bad way to go. All right, guys, thank you for watching. If you want to pick this up, the link is in the description for Jose 2015's Amazon listing for this. Again, I don't normally do promotions like this, but I really like it. I really wanted one, and I'm glad that it came out as good as it did. I'm glad it looks as good as I hoped. Yeah, I think the one modification that definitely needs to get done now is blacking out that headlight rim. All right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Keep it rubber side down. Thanks for watching.